For the grip channels, I'm disappointed again because they're barely there. You can barely see them, you can barely feel them, you can barely use them. They're not quite as wide as other standard average basketball grip channels that are rubber and, you know, in this price category. They're not really as wide as those balls. They're definitely not as deep or pronounced as I would like them to be. They're barely pronounced at all. Really, the only good thing about the grip channels on this ball are the seams within the grip channels. The seams are very well made. They're very good quality seams, nice and thick. And because the seams are nice and thick, you can feel them inside of the grip channels. In fact, that's really all you feel inside of the grip channels is the seam. You barely feel the grip channel itself. You mostly just feel the seam inside of it, which is nice and thick. Not only that, but you can't really even tell or see where the seams come together and meet. On a lot of basketballs, they meet right here in the middle of every grip channel in the center of the ball, which I don't like. I prefer them to meet right here on the corners, but these seams are so well made and such high quality, you can't even tell where they even connect. So that's nice, but the seams are not going to help you use this ball any better. You're not going to get any better performance out of this ball just because it has nice seams within the grip channels. That's like super niche in terms of features of a basketball. They're nice, they're well made, it's good construction in terms of the seams, but it's not going to help you play any better. I wish I could give you a better estimate as far as perceived durability, because all I can really say is who knows, right? The pebbling on this basketball being above average is good for durability because it will make the ball last at least a little bit longer, because the pebbling is better than the average basketball. But when you factor in the fact that this is just basic rubber, and then it has this plastic wrap covering over top of it, I don't know how that's going to interact together. I don't know how plastic being wrapped on top of rubber is going to hurt or help in terms of durability of the basketball. Once you break this basketball in, which I have not really done yet, I've only had it for a few days. Once you break this basketball in and wear it down a little bit, there is a possibility that by wearing this plastic cover down on top of this rubber basketball, that you might lose some of that kind of sheen, right? Some of that, you might wear out some of that slipperiness and just have more grip because you've worn out the slippery part of the plastic. That may very well happen. I don't know. I can't tell you that for sure. But what is at least as likely is that when you start to break this down, especially the pebbling of this ball, it's going to break down rather quickly in my estimation. I would say you could get one good season out of this basketball with moderate basketball use and play, and then after that this ball is going to need to be replaced. That's my estimate. Which brings us to value, because value is determined a lot by how long a ball is going to last you. If you pay a lot of money for a ball, but it lasts you multiple years, then throughout those years you get X amount of money out of that ball. But this ball is $18, and it's probably only going to last you one season. Are you willing to pay that $17 or $18 for one ball for one season? Think about it like this. You can get a very good quality, even just rubber basketball, that the construction of those balls will be to the point where you could get 2 seasons, 2 years out of those balls, but those balls are going to be more in the $30 price range. So you get 2 years for $30, or you get 1 year for $17 or $18. Like that's up to you how you would want to approach paying that price for said basketball. Keep in mind, this is AND1, it's an AND1 brand ball. You do get that pump with the ball, but I would estimate that $17, $18 is a little much for a basketball that's only going to last you a year, even if it does come with a pretty basic pump. But also keep in mind, this, to the best of my knowledge, is one of the cheapest basketballs on the market today, especially for a name brand basketball such as AND1. It's one of the cheapest balls on the market today that I know of.